Lugh, once the world's deadliest assassin, gets backstabbed by his own crew and ends up reincarnated by a goddess. With a new gig, kill the hero who'll wreck her world. Now living as a noble, Lugh mixes modern science with fantasy magic like it's child's play. But somewhere between murder missions and making friends, the cold-blooded killer starts catching feelings and maybe questioning his whole deadly destiny. The story kicks off with this massive mansion, looking all grand from the outside, but inside, pure nightmare. Young girls are being dragged on stage and auctioned off to creepy rich old men, like living trophies. The entire room reeks of despair. One black-haired girl breaks down in tears, sobbing and asking why God would drop her into this cruel world. Then in strolls Dia, silver-haired, calm, confident. She kneels beside the crying girl and whispers something like, "You mustn't cry. You must look beautiful." Then Dia gets called up to the stage. She hums like she's strolling through cherry blossoms, accepts her spot as the special product of the evening, and the bidding starts at $10 million. The creeps in the hall go wild. All of them want a silver-haired prize. But Dia? She's got other plans. Just when the auctioneer thinks they've won her, she uses magic, unlocks her handcuffs with a spark, materializes a rifle out of thin air, and opens fire. Total chaos. The old men scream. Guards leap up. Girls in the wings panic. In the dressing room, the black-haired girl and others scramble. Suddenly, Tart, who's been standing meekly as a maid, flips her switch. She smashes a bottle on a guard's head like it's nothing, grabs keys, kills more guards with a spear that seems to come straight out of her derriere, and tells the other girls, "Run!" She bolts to stage left. Up on the stage, Dia keeps blasting away, sights fixed on the chief pimp lady who organized the whole trafficking racket, the one who burned villages and snatched girls. Dia takes aim, a shot ready to land, but just then, a magic guard leaps in with a sword strike. Dia blocks with the rifle, tumbles, realizes he's magical. But while he's distracted, Tart arrives, revolver drawn, and the two of them start mowing down guards like a duo in a thriller. The mansion is unraveling. Dia says it's time for a big move. They need a proper escape. She tells Tart to hold the line while she chants a large-scale spell. Meanwhile, Tart gets into full blast mode, American high school fantasy-style blasting everywhere, while Dia's magic rips through walls, creating a corridor to freedom. On the mansion's edge, in the dark forest, Lugh Master Assassin, with the sniper rifle and magical eye, is perched, watching the insanity unfold. He's been tracking the mistress of the mansion, the trafficking monster. With his magic eye, he spots her trying to flee. Headshot, clean. As he takes the shot, flashbacks hit. Prior life on Earth, overthrowing drug dealers. Insane accuracy. He kills 6 goons, then packs up. His trainee wants to finish the job, but Lugh says, "Not my order." He's disciplined. Then, drone spotted. The car chase begins. Explosions. Flames. Lugh escapes by jumping out of the car mid-crash, faking his death. He patches up the girl he rescued. She asks why he became an assassin. He jokes about veganism. He calmly points a gun at her to show who's boss. She's shocked that this old man is so slick. He reveals he slipped her gun earlier. Trust is a weakness. Morning arrives. They board a plane with fake passports, heading back to Japan. Suddenly hijacked. Both pilots died. Fighter jet incoming. Lugh, betrayed and dying, realizes the organization was disposing of him. He dies only to wake up in another realm, in front of a goddess with silver-white hair. She laughs at him for trusting the org. She gives him a choice: reincarnate on Earth with no memories, or go to a fantasy world with memories intact if he agrees to do a job for her. After dying in a fiery mid-air explosion, Lugh wakes up in a pure white void with a literal goddess sitting in front of him. Silver hair, smug smile, full "I know everything" energy. She tells him straight up, "Congrats, you're dead. Want a redo?" Lugh's like, "Yeah, Earth sucked anyway. What's the catch?" The goddess grins and drops the bomb. He's gotta assassinate the hero of the next world. Lugh nearly chokes on his divine tea. "You want me to kill the good guy?" She waves him off like, "Relax, it's for world peace." Apparently, this so-called hero is destined to grow stronger and stronger until he beats the Demon King and then becomes an even bigger menace himself. Classic, save the world, then destroy it situation. So basically, Lugh's job is to delete future Psycho Superman before he ruins everything. Lugh scratches his head and goes, "Well, if I'm gonna kill Mr. Perfect, I'll need some cheat codes." The goddess laughs and blesses him with 5 overpowered skills and god-tier stats, basically making him the ultimate human upgrade. Still, she warns him, even with all that, the hero's packing 30 skills, so maybe don't die immediately. Next thing he knows, he's reborn in a noble family of assassins. His mom, Esri, is this drop-dead gorgeous lady with the patience of a saint, and his dad, Cian, is a stoic master killer who also doubles as the kingdom's royal doctor. Talk about hiding your side hustle. From the moment Lugh can walk, he's out hunting rabbits and practicing headshots like he's in a fantasy Call of Duty. This guy's brain never left assassin mode. He drags home a rabbit one morning, ready to flex his inner Gordon Ramsay. Mom wants to cook, but he's like, nah, sit down. Woman, I'm making protein, stew deluxe. He slices, seasons, and simmers with herbs and dried mushrooms like a pro, even whips up a fancy sauce he learned during an old infiltration mission disguised as a chef contestant. His family loves it. Mom's like, you could sell this. And Lugh's just thinking, wow, even my mom's got a side hustle mindset. Later that night, Dad calls him to the training room for their usual physical checkup, which is code for, see if you can survive another week of my parenting. Cien's methodical, testing, muscles, flexibility, everything. Turns out, their family's reputation as royal doctors is just a front. They use medicine and surgery to get close to their targets before finishing the job. Efficiency at its finest. Then comes the big news. Lugh's finally ready for the surgery. And no, not that kind. This one gives him upgraded assassin eyes. Afterward, he's forced to wear a blindfold for a few days. When he finally takes it off, the world's in HD. He can see mana flows, life, energy, even the tiniest spark of magic around people. Dad's proud, then drops another bomb. They've found him a magic teacher. Lugh's hyped until his mom makes him cross-dress for the occasion. When the teacher arrives, Lugh expects an old, wrinkly grandpa wizard. But nope, out walks Dia, the same silver-haired from before. Top 5 mages in the whole kingdom. Lugh's skeptical until she casually detonates a huge explosion outside just to prove her point. Lesson 1. Never underestimate a pretty face with god-tier magic. Next morning, Lugh meets his new magic tutor Dia, who basically tells him to chill with the formalities. She's only 3 years older. Then hands him a tiny crystal ball and asks him to shove all his mana into it. Lugh does exactly that, and promptly proves he's not messing around. His mana capacity is wild from non-stop training, and he overloads the poor orb until it starts cracking. Cue mild panic. He yeets the ball skyward like a grenade, and a mansion-sized explosion a few miles away. Dia is suddenly very aware she accidentally signed up to teach a walking nuke. Lugh's parents sprint in, not furious, but weirdly proud. War-grade magic? Nice. But remember, son, assassin. Dia is flabbergasted. They'd be so chill about near destruction, and Lugh quietly starts plotting how to score more crystal balls. That night, Dia drops by his room, and they end up sleeping together because she says, as his teacher, she can give orders. And Lugh obediently avoids drama by just complying. Next day is attribute testing. A little mana into a fresh crystal ball reveals Lugh isn't just one element basic, he ticks fire and water, and then, seriously, all 4 classical elements. Dia's giddy. Double element folks are rare. Quad element ones are basically mythical. Under her guidance, he learns to convert his mana into earth, summons a spell that pops into his head. Apparently, God is doing an instant upload of magic concepts now, and nails it first try. They train a ton, and Lugh starts noticing patterns. Dia's written spells have numbers that point to real-world constants. He nerds out on melting points and physics, which she can't parse, and finds hilariously baffling. Lugh discovers his B-rank skill, Spellweaver, meaning he can invent spells, and when Dia transcribes his improvisation, she can reproduce it too. Excitement! They prototype new magic together. Lugh crafts a gold-generating spell, which weakens Dia on first attempt, a weird side effect. Then he creates firearms out of pure magic, from a tungsten bullet pistol to a full-on long-range cannon that would make any siege engineer whistle. As their bond deepens through late-night practice, gifts are exchanged. Lugh gives Dia a titanium knife. She hands him a rare crystal ball, and she pinky promises him he'll come visit when she calls. Back home, Dad ushers Lugh deeper into the family trade. A grim, morally complicated primer on assassination ethics. They're royal doctors by day, and precision killers by night. And now it's time for Lugh to move his body count from 0 to 1. He's taken into a prison room, told the political line about justice versus cruelty, then ordered to end the life of a condemned criminal. Lugh slices the prisoner's wrist for a clean death, gets irritated by her dramatics, and finishes the job with a clinically thrown knife. Cold, efficient, and very much part of his schooling. A few months later, Lugh attends the Harvest Festival with his parents. But his goal is not to enjoy the festival or learn about his estate's economy. Rather, he wants to find someone with mana so that he can recruit them as his assistant in his mission to kill the hero. He quickly finds a person with mana, but since it is an ugly old man and not a cute girl, Lugh immediately presses the skip button on him. He doesn't find anyone with mana after that, so he decides to be more patient in his search. A few days later, as the weather starts getting cold, Lugh sets out to hunt some animals so that they can stock up on food for winter. As he reaches the forest, he senses some living creatures nearby, and by putting his ear to the ground, this mad lad is somehow able to find that it is a pack of wolves surrounding their prey. He decides to steal the prey from them, but when he reaches their location, he finds that the wolves are actually trying to eat a helpless girl. Lugh decides to rescue her first and immediately shoots the wolf attacking her. He then does the superhero landing right in front of her to farm some aura and then tells her to hold his gear as he practices his skills on the wolves. Lugh makes quick work of the wolves before turning to the girl. He asks her who she is and what she is doing here, and the girl timidly tells him that her family is really poor and they kicked her out of the house so that there is one less person to feed during the winters. She had heard about Lugh's family territory being a wealthy one, so she tried crossing the forest to reach it, and that is when the wolves found her. Lugh takes pity on the girl and prepares some porridge for her. He tells her to eat it slowly if she wants another bowl, and then goes to drain and skin the wolves in the meanwhile. Once he returns to the girl, he tells her that he is the son of the noble family that runs this place, and she is really happy to hear that. She says that it must be a divine sign, because yesterday she had a dream that she would meet someone important soon. Lugh suddenly asks her if she wants to come with him, because then she would never have to worry about food ever again. The girl is really happy to hear this, but she asks Lugh if he is really sure about the offer. He replies that he wants her to come with him, and the girl is moved to tears because even her parents didn't want her. However, before taking her in, Lugh clearly tells her that he is an assassin, and he is going to kill tons of people in the future. He tells her that if she wants to come with him, she needs to help him with his work, and if she can't do that, he can't take her along. The girl gladly accepts the offer, because Lugh is the first person in her life who wanted her. As she takes his hand, she introduces herself as Tart and Lugh welcomes her, not revealing the real reason he wants her. Turns out, Tart has mana, and that is why Lugh went through the trouble of showing off his strength, feeding her, and even revealing his secrets to her so that she would trust him. This was all a part of his standard brainwashing procedure, and he made sure that Tart made the decision of coming with him herself so that she wouldn't betray him in the future. 2 years later, Tart has become Lugh's assistant, helping him not only with his job, but also with his daily activities. Under Lugh's training, she has become a fine assassin, but the only weapon she is good with is a spear. Lugh knows that a spear is not an ideal weapon for an assassin because it cannot be hidden properly, but he still wants Tart to be better than she is. One night, he finds her practicing her knife skills in secret, and Tart apologizes for coming to the training room without his permission. She says that she wanted to be more useful to him, but Lugh tells her to stop. Tart panics, thinking that Lugh is going to kick her out just like her family, but instead he creates a foldable spear using his magic, telling her to use it instead. As Tart uses them, she can demolish the practice dummies, and even Lugh is impressed by her skill and focus. A few weeks later, Lugh and Tart hit the local market, and the whole town basically treats him like their personal hero. Turns out, Lugh's been out here doing side quests for free, coming up with better fertilizers, watering crops with his magic, and just being everyone's favorite noble boy genius. The townsfolk love him so much, they're literally shoving baskets of produce at him like he's some vegetable magnet. By the time he gets home, his carriage looks like a mobile grocery store. Tart, of course, is fangirling hard, saying he's the kind of noble every kingdom needs, but Lugh just shrugs it off. He's not doing it for clout. He says protecting people isn't enough. You gotta win their hearts too. And Tart's like, wow, wish my old lord was even half as decent, because the guy back home was a total greedy jerk. That night, Lugh sneaks into his room like a mad scientist, pulling out a stash of magic crystal balls. Remember the one Dia left him? Yeah. He reverse engineered it and figured out how to mass produce them. Now he's sitting on a horde of weaponized glitter bombs, thousands of mana-filled spheres, ready to explode at his command. Just as he's admiring his shiny new arsenal, Tart knocks on the door, saying his dad wants him in the training room. And when San calls, you go. Lugh walks in, and his dad skips the small talk he wants to talk about Tart. Lugh assures him she's not a spy, just a loyal student who's gotten good enough to handle solo missions. San's relieved, saying it'd be a shame to kill her since people with mana are rare. He admits their meeting was way too coincidental, but hey, maybe it was fate. Then he hits Lugh with a new special test, a father-son sparring match in the forest. The rules are simple. Find and take down the other. Lugh barely gets started before his dad ambushes him with arrows. He dodges, counters with a knife, and they go full ninja for a while, rolling, dodging, stabbing. San fights like he's got eyes on the back of his head and even manages to crack Lugh's knee. But Lugh's built different. He heals at mid-battle and keeps going. They go back and forth until Lugh finally outsmarts his old man by predicting a fake-out attack and gets a knife to his throat. San admits defeat. Low-key salty, that he just lost to a kid half his size. After bandaging up, San praises Lugh for holding back and not using magic, saying he's officially got nothing left to teach. From that day on, Lugh starts joining his dad on business trips. You know, the kind that ends with corrupt nobles disappearing, their cover being doctors. While curing nobles, Lugh secretly studies their security systems. Eventually, San gives him his final test: go undercover as a merchant. He'll train for 2 years under a fake identity as Illig Balor, the son of a wealthy merchant family. Before he leaves, they throw a big farewell party. Everyone's celebrating, except one drunk idiot named Rania who's salty he's not the heir. He picks a fight, and Lugh ends it in seconds knife to the throat. Quick warning cut, and when Rania tries again, boom, broken arm. Lugh's dad praises him, saying no one here could beat his son. Later, a humbled Rania meets Lugh in private, apologizes for being a jerk, and accepts his offer to become his knight. That's the end of the recap. Let us know if you want part 2 by leaving a comment in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to avoid being virgin forever. See you guys in the next video.